Hi, good morning, dears. Our next topic is selection. That is, in the aspects of staffing, there are three aspects of staffing: recruitment, selection, and training and development. So, we already learned what is recruitment and the sources of recruitment and all detailed. The next topic is selection. What is meant by selection? It is the process of identifying and choosing the best person out of a number of prospective candidates for a job. We already learned because they are choosing from among the pool of candidates they have already created at the recruitment stage. And at every stage, many are eliminated and a few move on to the next stage. At every stage, many are eliminated and a few move on to the next stage. That is why it says that it is a negative process. Okay, let us learn the selection process. There are some important steps for selecting an employee. Many organizations are following all the steps, or some of the organizations are following some of these steps only. So there are some important steps in the process of selection. We can learn one by one. So preliminary screening, selection test, employment interview, reference and background checks, selection decision, medical examination, job offer, and contract of employment. These are the process or steps in the process of selection. So first one is preliminary screening. What will be the meaning of preliminary screening? Preliminary, that is the first stage. So in preliminary screening helps to eliminate unqualified or unfit job seekers. They are eliminating unqualified or unfit job seekers based on the information supplied in the application forms. That is, in the screening time itself, they will be eliminating some of the candidates. That is the first stage, preliminary screening, in order to eliminate the unsuitable or unfit job seekers based on the information on the application form. They are eliminating some of the candidates from the first stage itself. That is called as preliminary screening. Then the other important step is selection test. Selection test, that is, they are doing, or it is an attempt to measure certain characteristics of individuals. Selection test is done for measuring some characteristics of individuals. We are doing it on 5 tests. Through 5 tests we can identify the characteristics of individuals. So the selection test is divided into intelligence test, aptitude test, personality test, trade test, and interest test. First one is intelligence test. What will be the intelligence test? In order to identify or in order to measure the IQ of an individual or intelligence quotient of an individual. So this is a psychological test used to measure the level of intelligence. It is a psychological test used for measuring the level of intelligence of an individual. And also through that the ability to make decisions and judgment. Through that we can learn the ability to make decisions and judgment will be assessed through the intelligence test. Next one is aptitude test. Aptitude, it is to measure the individual's potential for learning new skills. Potential for learning new skills, that is, it indicates the person's capacity to develop, how much they can develop, or whether they can develop their qualities or skills can be developed or not. In order to test that, they are doing the aptitude test. That is, in order to measure the aptitude, in order to measure the new skills, learning the new skills. The next one is personality test. This test provides clues to a person's emotions, her reactions, maturity, value system. That is, through that what we are doing, we are measuring the personality of an individual. And these are difficult to design and implement. Personality, they wanted to, or how they are reacting for a situation, or how they are how is their emotions, whether their maturity system is okay or not, like that they are testing through personality test. Then next one is trade test. We know definitely it will be related with the job. So these tests measure the existing skills of an individual. Trade test measure the existing skills of an individual. Through aptitude test, what we measured, new skills of an employee, that is a capacity to learn new skills. But here trade test measure the existing skills of an individual. Then interest test. Interest test is to know the interest of or involvement of a person to do the particular job. They are to know the interest of an employee. Okay, so these are the selection test. It is very important. Selection test: intelligence, aptitude, personality, trade and interest test. The next one is employment interview. That is also a familiar word to us. Or interview means what they are doing. Interview is a formal conversation conducted to evaluate the applicant's suitability for the job, whether the person is suitable for the job or not. In order to find out the suitability, they are doing the conversation. And through that, interviewer seeks the information about the interviewee, and at the same time nowadays the interviewee is also getting the chance to get information about the company as well as about the premises of the job, or how is their job. Everything will be known to the interviewee also. So it is an in-depth or formal communication or conversation in order to evaluate the applicant's suitability for the job. Then reference and background checks. Reference and background checks is they are providing, or many employers request names, addresses and telephone numbers of references for the purpose of verifying information and gaining additional information on an applicant. To get in additional information, what they are doing, they are requesting the candidate, or requesting the candidates to give a name, address or telephone numbers of their neighbors, relatives or any one person. Through that, what they will be doing, they will be getting information about the person. The next one is selection decision. So selection decision is the final decision. That is, they wanted to take the final decision, has to be made among the candidates who pass the test, interviews, reference checks. All these will be all these steps have finished. So from here onwards, they are taking the final decision whether they are suitable for the job and all. They are checking. Generally, it is considered as the final decision. Then next is medical examination. Medical examination is conducted for whether in order to find out whether the person is mentally or physically fit for the job. In order to find out whether the person is mentally or physically fit for the job, in order to know that, they are doing the medical examination. After medical examination, they will be providing a job offer. After medical examination, they will be providing job offer. The job offer is made through a letter of appointment. They are providing through a letter of appointment, and a date which the appointee must report on duty, and the appointee must be given reasonable time for reporting. That is, they will be providing the date when they wanted to report on duty will be provided through the job offer or the appointment letter, and they should give a reasonable time for reporting also. Then the last one is contract of employment. So after all these steps is over, then the last step is contract of employment. In the contract of employment, there are many things will be added. That is, the job title will be there, duties, responsibilities, date, and when they wanted to join the duty. Everything will be, and rate of pay, allowances, hours of work, leave rules, sickness, everything will be written on the contract of employment. So these are the selection process or the procedure for selecting an employee. Okay, thank you.